One of the things that I'm most thankful for and is one of my fondest memories is what got me six of my best friends who I lived with for this past year and got to experience the highs, the lows, and everything in between. I think it really goes back to that very first Apraxia walk when I didn't really know anybody and I kind of just went because it was something that the board of NISLA told us to do. And looking back, I kind of realized that now that set the foundation for a lot of my friendships and even led me to one of my best friends who I've lived with for 3 years and kind of showed me that these people are here for me and they're going to support me and help me out through everything. So thank you all.
What are you most grateful for from Duquesne?
I am very grateful that Duquesne has shaped me into the clinician that I am today. When I was a senior in high school and even going into freshman year, sitting down in SLP 101 with Dr. Kimmelman, I thought that speech pathology was fixing S's and R's and sometimes working on rhyming words. And I'm so happy to have the theoretical knowledge and the clinical practice to know that that is not the case, and we work on so many other things, and I'm very excited to take that knowledge that Duquesne gave me and to share it with the world.
What is your favorite memory from Duquesne?
My favorite memory is from fall of fourth year. I asked a client what she wanted her theme for the next session to be, and she told me doctors. And so I spent hours upon hours planning activities and different materials for the session, and then she walked in and said, "I hate doctors." So that session turned into Miss Miko wearing a face mask and personal protective equipment and the shoe covering, while I wore a vest with Velcro organs. And our client sat in the corner of the room and did her sounds while Miss Miko performed surgery on me. And it just showed how flexible we can be with our sessions and still address our goals.
What was your favorite class at Duquesne?
My favorite class was neurocognitive disorders with Dr. Wallace. I thought it was super interesting to think about how memory and attention and executive functions all work and how we can actually treat that. That was definitely something that I did not realize that we could really treat, and it's so cool to watch our clients grow in their cognition.
If you could tell your freshman year self something that you've learned at Duquesne, what would you tell them?
That's a great question. What would I tell them? It's all worth it. All the stress and the work, and any times that I thought I was overwhelmed with the stress, it's all worth it because in the end we get to give other people a voice.
I think the best thing about going to school at Duquesne was just the setup of our program and how we were able to spend, for the most part, 5 years together. I think that was really special, and I think we created a lot of special bonds with each other. And, spending time in the resource room, I think we became more of a family than one could ever really expect from people who just go to school together. So I think that was my favorite part about going to Duquesne.
Hey guys, greetings from New Mexico. So over the last 5 years, you guys have given me a lot. And I think the thing that sticks out the most would be that you guys always supported not just me, but everybody else in the program with whatever they needed. I'll never get over the fact that the weekends I was gone, or just the weekends I was stuck at the pool, that you guys would help me out so much. You would call me on the phone, you typed up papers for me when my computer died on a bus. You guys put off doing projects so I could do them when I was back home, even if that meant only having 24 hours to work on them. You guys were so helpful, so supportive, and I can never thank you enough for it.
Thanks Duquesne for all the late night study sessions when we were overtired, all the snacks in the resource room, and for all of my classmates and teachers who supported me and believed in me throughout all 5 years when I couldn't always believe in myself, when I needed the extra support to get through. You all made my years, and I couldn't be more thankful for sharing with anybody else.
Some of my favorite memories from my time at Duquesne are the awesome opportunities I had to study abroad, like when I had the opportunity to go to China with Dr. Chen and Australia with Dr. Wallace. I also absolutely loved doing an independent study with Dr. Chen in the cadaver lab. And I feel like having that experience in the lab gave me such a strong foundation in anatomy and physiology that I've used almost every day at my hospital placement.
My favorite memory from the program, surprisingly, was our night classes this past fall and spring semester. Even though the days were very long with our externship and the classes were sometimes rough that late, I really loved being able to see everyone in their scrubs and in their work clothes, being able to catch up and grab coffee, being able to share snacks to stay awake during class. And I really miss this semester with our online classes.
My first memory at Duquesne is when I walked in on the first day and I was the only one wearing jeans and everyone else was in business casual clothes because I guess I missed the memo. But it ended up being a blessing in disguise because that was the first thing I said to my friend Chrissy when I turned around and said, "Did you know that you were supposed to dress up?" And she said no, and that's how we became friends. But either way, it wouldn't have mattered because Duquesne has been such a supportive and caring and wonderful learning environment, and I wouldn't have traded my experience for anything.
Okay, Kate, what was your favorite memory at Duquesne?
My favorite memory from Duquesne is all the great clients that I got to work with, whether at Duquesne's clinic or my externships.
My favorite memory at Duquesne was having the opportunity to study abroad in Rome with really half of the speech class. It was so much fun for all of us to go over there together and learn about a new culture and meet a ton of new people and grow closer to so many of the people in my class. It was just really a life-changing experience, and I'm so grateful to the SLP department for encouraging us to all go abroad and for leaving that time in our semester to go. It was really just a great time. So
I can't believe how much I've learned and grown over the last 3 years in this program. Thank you all so much for your guidance, support, knowledge, and care. It really made all the hard work worthwhile.
So I have to say I'm really thankful and really grateful for being in this program for the past 5 years. The professors and the staff are amazing, and I'm so glad that we got to learn under them. But some of my favorite memories are honestly with everyone in the resource room. You know, as stressful as fourth year was, being stuck together in that room is where we made some of the best memories, with laughing, crying, singing, dancing, eating all kinds of snacks. It was a lot of fun. But one thing that I will not miss are all the mental breakdowns that I've had over the course of 5 years in Fisher Hall. I don't need those anymore.
My favorite memories at Duquesne were Duquesne clinicals, when we got to plan sessions and be creative and hang out in the resource room.
I think we've all grown so much throughout this program, but I'm most grateful for my clients who were kind enough to share their experiences with me, and the faculty for all the guidance that they gave me, and definitely for my peers who were willing to laugh with me at some of my less than ideal efforts. Thank you so much.
What I'll miss most about Duquesne are all the amazing people that I've met over the last few years. I met some of my best friends, and I've learned so much from all my clinical instructors and my supervisors. Something that I will not miss will be the constant panic that I have every Sunday at 11:50 p.m. when I have assignments due at midnight that I have yet to complete.
My best memory from Duquesne is meeting all the other students and the clinician instructors and the supervisors and professors, and just how much everyone accepted me and really welcomed me. So I had my own little Pittsburgh family. And my worst memory is probably having a full session about Mr. Potato Head and forgetting to bring Mr. Potato Head into the session, which was like the third week in a row that I'd forgotten to bring something in. So I knew I was gonna get a below expectation check mark. But yeah, I can't have a session about Mr. Potato Head without him, so.
Hi everybody. So I would say that my favorite part of being a part of the speech language pathology program was getting to meet so many great people. One of my favorite memories is definitely driving to Brighton Rehab and Wellness every day with Bridget, and just all of the laughs that we had, and whether it was doing her Quizlet for the praxis or stopping to get McFlurries on the way home. I just think we had a really good time, and that was probably one of the best experiences ever. I would say that my favorite class probably was AAC or language disorders. Those were so interesting to learn about, and I just really enjoyed getting to know the faculty and staff and the other students, and I think that I learned so much that I'm going to carry with me through the rest of my profession. So I really just want to say thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for being amazing professionals, amazing speech pathologists, and amazing role models. I'll never forget Duquesne, and I will be back to visit soon. Thanks so much. Bye.
My favorite memory from the last 5 years is when we were in LA for ASHA and we went to go see the Hollywood sign, and we thought it would be such a good idea to go up to like the special point on the side of a mountain, literally off the side of a road somewhere, to get the best view of the Hollywood sign. And there was no cell service and it was getting dark, and slowly, one by one, all of our phones were dying, and without service and phone battery we couldn't get a car to come pick us up off the side of this mountain to bring us back to our hotel. And so finally we found an Uber driver who had enough service to come find us. He picked us up and drove us 45 minutes back into the city, and he was our hero for the rest of the trip because honestly we were preparing to die on the side of that mountain. So always a good memory.
One of my favorite things about the last couple of years would be just meeting some of the greatest people who I can now call my best friends, and having amazing clinical instructors and professors who have really shaped me into the clinician I am today. I'm just so grateful for all the experiences that I have had and the support system over the last couple of years to really help guide me through the program.
My favorite memory from our program is getting to meet 6 of my best friends and living with them this past year. Whether we were studying together, eating dinner, or just hanging out on the couch, we always had the very best times. I'm so thankful that our program brought me these friends.
So what are you most grateful for from your time at Duquesne?
I'm very grateful that Duquesne gave me the knowledge and the tools to be a successful clinician, and after 6 semesters of clinical practice, I have truly found my own identity as a clinician. I can't believe 5 years ago I was even scared to step on Duquesne's campus and in the clinic, but now I'm actually sad to leave because Duquesne has become my second home.
And what's your favorite memory from Duquesne?
Oh boy, there's so many to choose from. That was horrible. My favorite memory at Duquesne was actually when we had the opportunity to go to ASHA. We got to go to LA, which is a pretty cool city, but it was the first time that we really immersed ourselves in the speech language pathology culture, and we met other professionals and other students who were in the same field as us.
What was your favorite class at Duquesne?
Probably phonetics and speech sound disorders with Dr. Savage. She was always engaging and we always had a good time, but we also learned and did work, and I feel like from her class I've learned I can use that stuff in practice now.
Our favorite memory is going to ASHA and signing up for all of the free things and still getting like 6 emails a day.